It's been firmly put in its place. His domestique now lifts up the saddle. Adam Yates to take on the gradient, trying to pilot his leader to more glory. The gap comes down to just above 2 minutes. Ben O'Connor's out on his own. It's 2 minutes from him to Rubio, and then this group. Roglic following well again, and he might be able to see the podium if he continues to. Gal is fighting though. Johannesson, Kuss trying to fight for the moment. We wait for the move to come. Is it going to come? It sort of felt like he was building up then.
Well, it has to come, and Vingegaard has to try again. He's been very good with the team today. They have worked it quite well, pretty much most of the time, and he has to try and do something here in these final number of kilometres, because this is, the opportunity. We know that Tadej Pogačar, these long climbs, and when they're difficult in the end after a very difficult long day, Vingegaard has the advantage, so he has to work on that and see what he can do. Can he break him? Can he see that he just gets a little bit of an advantage? But when is it going to come? Is it going to come? Is he capable of doing it? That is the question now, because everybody is going to start feeling the pressure after this long and difficult day.
Narvaez, who gave his all, now passed by Vauquelin, who continues to fight. Yates is back on the pedals. Roglic looks like he might be about to cede. He allows Gal to roll in front of him before continuing to sit like glue to the back of that group if he can. Again, it edges up 10%. Back to O'Connor now. 3 kilometres for the finish. 2:56. He's looking good.
Yes, he's looking very good, and as long as they continue on the pace being set by the team of the favourite here, it is playing into the advantage for Ben O'Connor here. But again, 3 minutes. It should be enough, unless Ben O'Connor really starts to suffer in the final number of kilometres and they put in a super performance from behind when they attack each other.
Lipovic fighting. He's 30 seconds off the yellow jersey group. A reminder that it's 2 minutes 1 second. Oscar Onley has to find. Roglic now letting the wheel go as Adam Yates starts to move. A reminder that Roglic was on the move very early today. Red Bull really have played their cards. They've been aggressive, they've been active, they've tried to throw it all out there. But at the minute, Roglic looks like being the latest victim, Sean, of Adam Yates' pace setting.
Yes, and it is a one where Roglic normally, he is able to follow. On these deep gradients, he's a specialist at doing that, but the effort's put in again today, and we know Roglic in this tour, he's not at the level of the real top guys here at the moment, and it's a bit normal that you see him starting to lose contact at this point.
Gap down to 2:50 for O'Connor. And still it's Adam Yates. Roglic fighting though. Suffering on the harder stuff, making his way back on when he can. Short rest. The hailstones continue to fall. And they climb the bike path. Stage win going to O'Connor as it stands. Pogačar versus Vingegaard. It looked to be set up for a legendary finish, one for the history books. But it deflated very quickly at the bottom. Did Visma Lease Bike mess this one up?
We can see there Adam Yates taking it very, very slowly in the corners here. We can see the road is getting wet, and certainly they're not going to take any risk in the situation they're in with Pogačar and the yellow jersey. And in the meantime, Ben O'Connor looking like he's going to get his stage victory. After trying so many times in the race already, it looks like it's going to work out for them, because the attacks, if they come now, I can't see him being pulled back in this final 2.3 kilometres with almost 3 minutes of advantage.
2:52, but it's still Adam Yates. Roglic managed to sit back on, he's recovered. And the yellow jersey group putting more time into Lipovic. 40 seconds now from Onley to Lipovic, the young Scot climbing. Pogačar's going to go, and he has any designs on the stage. He's in the last chance saloon. He probably entered it a little while ago, to be honest. They're 900 meters behind, and it needs something very special to get him from now, because Sean's been stressing, this man's a specialist at this. O'Connor attacked at the right time. He's suffering like everyone else, but he's conserving his advantage. The Slovenian fans wait. Two of their heroes are in this group. Pogačar in yellow, just as Roglic was on this mountain in 2020. But how that would change a few days later at the Planche des Belles Filles. And Roglic sits on the back. It's been a battling performance from the four-time Vuelta winner. Lipovic still battling himself. It's getting down almost a minute back, though. German fans cheer him on. He's the next big thing for them. Remember the white jersey that he has to battle for. Now then, bit of a gap here from Only to Roglic and Gal. Suggests the pace might have been upped now by Yates.
Yes, well, again, his fatigue is coming, and you know, the riders, they can hold on there for a certain amount of time, but then as you go further up the climb, of course, it is going to demand a lot here to stay in the wheels being set pace by Adam Yates here. And Oscar Onley, he's doing a great ride here. He's just sticking to the wheel of Vingegaard, and as long as they continue on riding with Adam Yates here, UAE, this is going to be a major advantage for Oscar Onley, and we can see Lipovic is struggling. He's going to take time back today, and tomorrow is another big day, let's forget. When you have to dig deep alone for a long time out there, well, that effect can hit you in the days to come.
Picnic Boston now with their 6 development team riders graduating to the senior team, performed brilliantly as a team to get him back into the game. And he's gaining a minute now on Lipovic. This is Rubio, 2:12, just trying to battle for the day's podium. It's 1.5 Ks now for O'Connor, and Roglic again has battled himself back on. But Pogačar, Vingegaard, shown they just must simply be empty.
Well, it's a surprise to me that Vingegaard did not try on the climb already. In the steep part there, when we went through that 5 kilometers to go, when it was a real killer of a gradient, I thought he would go on the attack and see what the reaction would be from the man in yellow jersey, because he has, you know, firm hold of second place. You know, the third place is a long ways down. You could afford to really go deep and still recover and, you know, not lose anything, although he said he was prepared to lose everything to try and win this race. Disappointing that he hasn't done anything, considering the way they set out this day. Visma, Lisa Bike, they did a great job, and I thought it would certainly kick off again on these final kilometres of this final climb to the finish here today.
Up to Col la Loze. Yates up the pedal again. There's a little acceleration from Roglic a moment ago. Keep your eye on Vingegaard as well here. On the pedals, it was a bit of a steeper gradient as Gal works his way back on. 5 hours of racing. The first 3 hours, completely captivating. And then we had that incident in the valley. So by the incident, I mean the lack of cooperation. And Sean talking about Visma Lease biking, you do get the feeling that everything fell perfectly and then completely went to pieces. Or maybe was thrown away. It's going to be really interesting listening to what they have to say at the end. Now then, Vingegaard. This is it. This is the moment. Can he make the difference? Adam Yates has gone. Is it too little too late, though, Sean?
Well, this is going to be a difficult one to see. The yellow jersey of Pogačar getting into difficulty. We can see he's immediate in the wheel. When you get that close, you're going to get the confidence. Yeah, I can stay in here. Even if you're really suffering, when you're a big champion like Pogačar is, if you're not on your best day, you're going to dig so deep in the final, you know, kilometre or 1.5 kilometre here. And yeah, it had to be something much further out here. And we can see again, Vingegaard, it doesn't look like it's one of these big attacks. He is feeling the, I think, the effects of this long and difficult day.
It's all right us saying they did this, they didn't do that. You have to have the legs to finish it off. One man who does is Ben O'Connor. What a moment. The Tour de France in 2025 had been completely European until this moment. But Ben O'Connor's about to change that. And look at Oscar Onley here. He is creeping closer to the Tour de France podium. He's got to hang on to these two if he can. And what a fight from the young man from Kelso. Picnic Postinel's young star becoming just that. O'Connor to turn around. And this is going to be a mighty, mighty moment. His last win was from a long, long way out. This time as Vingegaard looks around, sees he makes no difference on Pogačar, continues to. But back to the finish. They can hardly see him, but they'll cheer for him. He was brave and went for it when others were still looking at those in the groups with them. Ben O'Connor joining an adventurous move in the valley, having survived with the GC riders. Allowed back at some point, and now he's going to take the spoils. J.K. Lula going to become the 9th team to win a stage at this Tour. And winning the Tour, it's going to be Tadej Pogačar, barring a big blow-up tomorrow. One more big mountain stage to survive for him, but they really haven't put him under anything like cracking. At the front, though, all the honour going to Ben O'Connor. The grimaces, pain faces will turn to a smile. The way it worked out earlier on today, not many would have bet on a breakaway, a late move, anyone not in the GC taking it. But O'Connor has it. It's trademark stuff from Big Ben O'Connor. He wins on one of the toughest mountains in the Tour. Côte la Loze taken by the Australian, and he's the first non-European winner at this Tour. O'Connor with Rubio just behind him, and Sean, that's a wonderful win.
Well, what a performance by Ben O'Connor there, and you know, he set out on this stage to try and get a stage win. Was the strongest of a very, very strong group, but yeah, took the race into his hands very early and gets his victory.
Well, there's going to be no erasing of those memories in terms of a win for Tadej Pogačar, but he's doing his best to try and distance Vingegaard. Vingegaard, who tried to set the whole team against him, and even now Pogačar just seated, just there, right at the end, waiting. He's able to put time into his rivals so easily. This is Tadej Pogačar. He's even going to pick up bonus seconds. No big attack launched, no big move made, no photographic moment there at the end. But even doing this, just as he did the other day on the Giant of Provence, Tadej Pogačar is going to deflate the Visma Lisa bike hopes. They can build all their big breakaways, get riders up the road, show it, flex the muscle, but in the end, it's Pogačar who always wins. No more demons here for Tadej Pogačar. The Autocam humiliation was returned with interest. A Ventoux moral victory then, but now Tadej turning the roads of his torment into a near-like crowning moment of a 4th Tour win in waiting. Not quite domination today, but in the GC, it's total Tour domination. The ultimate rider, and not quite a resounding defeat, but a big, big attempt to take it to the top man has blown right up in Visma Lisa Bike's fate. We look back from Oscar Onley, and he'll be looking down to see what the damage now is to Florian Lipovic.
Yes, well, there will be a lot of riders, and Oscar Onley definitely will be looking what he has gained on this man, Florian Lipovic, and what a performance by Pogačar once again here. He just rides away in the saddle. He just proves that he is that bit better on these finishes, and when he goes in that final couple of 100 metres, Vingegaard hasn't got anything left to react.
Here's Roglic making his way to the line, but it's his teammate Lipovic we're looking at. Crucially, Vingegaard taking 3rd place, so no bonus seconds for Onley there. Vingegaard, I think, coming in at around 2 minutes, Sean, roughly down.
Yes, just a little over 2 minutes, I think it was, and yeah, it is going to be a one where certainly Oscar Onley will be really going for this one tomorrow, because the man he's challenging for the place on the podium, he has had a difficult day.
Keep that clock ticking, because Leibovitz isn't there yet. It's Kuss now coming to the line, and Oscar Onley's getting mightily close to the Tour de France podium. The white jersey dropped down the mountain, but he's fighting, he's hurting, he's giving everything, and Germany's big hope crosses the line, keeps the white jersey, holds on to third place, but the battle will rage on for third tomorrow, even if we think now, Sean, that in all realistic terms, yellow is done and most probably dusted.
Well, first of all, I think Leibovitz, it was always going to be difficult for him when he was doing so much on his